Welcome to our channel. Today we embark on a journey back in time to a period that continues to cast a long shadow over human history. The Second World War, a conflict so vast and devastating, it reshaped the geopolitical landscape and left an indelible mark on the very soul of humanity. From the frozen battlefields of the Eastern Front to the humid jungles of the Pacific, this war touched every corner of the globe, drawing millions into its vortex of destruction. We will delve into the lesser-known aspects of this global conflict, uncovering the hidden stories, the forgotten tragedies, and the surprising facts that often lie buried beneath the weight of history. Join me as we attempt to unravel the complexities of this tumultuous period, exploring the key battles, the pivotal figures, and the enduring consequences of a war that continues to shape our world today. The horrors of war extend far beyond the battlefields, seeping into the laboratories and research facilities where the boundaries of ethics are often blurred in the pursuit of victory. This was certainly the case during World War II, where the pursuit of scientific advancement took a sinister turn, particularly in Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan. In the concentration camps that dotted the landscape of Nazi-occupied Europe, a chilling disregard for human life took hold. Doctors, sworn to heal and protect, transformed into architects of suffering. Josef Mengele, the so-called Angel of Death at Auschwitz, became infamous for his gruesome experiments on twins, injecting dyes into their eyes, attempting to artificially change their eye color, and performing horrific surgical procedures without anesthesia, all in the name of advancing Nazi racial ideology. Prisoners became little more than lab rats, subjected to freezing temperatures, high altitudes, and infectious diseases, their suffering meticulously documented, their deaths a mere footnote in the annals of these twisted experiments. But the darkness wasn't confined to Europe. In the Far East, the Japanese Imperial Army established Unit 731, a covert biological and chemical warfare research unit. Here, amidst the Manchurian plains, prisoners of war, mostly Chinese and Russian, were subjected to unimaginable horrors. Vivisections were performed without anesthesia, limbs amputated to study blood loss, and frostbite deliberately inflicted to observe the effects. The victims, dehumanized and referred to as logs, were infected with deadly diseases like plague and cholera, their bodies becoming breeding grounds for pathogens intended for use in biological warfare. These atrocities, hidden from the world for decades, stand as a stark reminder of the depths of depravity that can be reached in times of war. The scars of these experiments, both physical and psychological, continue to haunt the survivors and their families to this day, a testament to the enduring legacy of cruelty inflicted in the name of science and national ambition. At the heart of the Nazi regime stood a figure both charismatic and ruthless, a man whose name has become synonymous with tyranny and genocide, Adolf Hitler. A failed artist turned political agitator, Hitler rose to power by exploiting the economic turmoil and political instability that gripped Germany in the aftermath of World War I. His ideology, a toxic brew of nationalism, anti-Semitism, and a thirst for territorial expansion, resonated with a population desperate for a return to greatness. Through impassioned speeches and carefully crafted propaganda, Hitler positioned himself as the savior of the German people, promising to restore their pride and lead them to a 1,000-year Reich. Hitler's grip on power tightened with each passing year. He consolidated his authority, eliminating political opponents and silencing dissent with brutal efficiency. The Gestapo, his secret police force, instilled fear in the hearts of ordinary citizens, creating a climate of suspicion and paranoia. Fueled by his warped ideology, Hitler embarked on a campaign of military aggression that plunged Europe into chaos. The invasion of Poland in 1939 marked the beginning of World War II, a conflict that would claim tens of millions of lives and leave an indelible scar on human history. Hitler's military strategies, initially characterized by stunning victories and rapid advances, ultimately proved unsustainable. His armies, stretched thin and battered by relentless Allied resistance, began to falter. The tide turned on the Eastern Front, where the brutal winter and the tenacity of the Soviet Red Army inflicted devastating losses on the Wehrmacht. As defeat became inevitable, Hitler's grip on reality seemed to loosen. He retreated into a bunker beneath the ruins of Berlin, issuing delusional orders and clinging to the hope of a miraculous turnaround that would never come. In the end, the man who had unleashed such unimaginable suffering on the world chose to end his own life rather than face the consequences of his actions. Chapter 3. Echoes of War: Untold Stories and Staggering Statistics. The sheer scale of World War II is difficult to comprehend. It was a truly global conflict, engulfing nations across continents and drawing millions into its deadly embrace. The statistics are staggering, painting a grim picture of the war's devastating impact. An estimated 70 to 85 million people perished, making it the deadliest conflict in human history. Behind these staggering numbers lie countless individual stories, each a testament to the human cost of war. There's the story of Witold Pilecki, a Polish soldier who volunteered to be captured and sent to Auschwitz, where he organized resistance from within the camp and smuggled out vital information about Nazi atrocities. Then there's the story of the Night Witches, a regiment of female pilots in the Soviet Air Force who flew daring bombing missions against German targets under the cover of darkness. These women, often flying outdated biplanes, faced relentless anti-aircraft fire and endured freezing temperatures in the cockpits of their unheated aircraft. Their bravery and skill earned them the respect of their male counterparts and the fear of their enemies. World War II also witnessed remarkable acts of resilience and compassion amidst the horrors. In Nazi-occupied Poland, Irina Sendler, a social worker, risked her life to smuggle Jewish children out of the Warsaw Ghetto, providing them with false identities and placing them with Polish families. These stories, often overlooked in the grand narratives of war, remind us of the extraordinary courage, compassion, and resilience of ordinary individuals caught in extraordinary circumstances. They are a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit, even in the face of unimaginable adversity. Beyond the human cost, World War II had a profound impact on technological advancement. The war effort spurred rapid innovations in aviation, radar, computing, and medicine. The development of the atomic bomb, while a chilling reminder of the destructive power of science, also marked a turning point in human history, ushering in the atomic age and forever altering the balance of global power. Chapter 4. Shifting Sands: The War's Enduring Legacy. The guns fell silent in 1945, but the reverberations of World War II continue to shape the world we live in today. The war marked the end of an era, shattering old empires and redrawing the geopolitical map. The victors, led by the United States, the Soviet Union, and Great Britain, emerged from the conflict with a shared determination to prevent another such catastrophe. This shared goal led to the creation of the United Nations, an international organization tasked with maintaining peace and security, promoting cooperation among nations, and upholding human rights. The UN, flawed as it may be, stands as a testament to the enduring human desire for a more peaceful and just world. However, the wartime alliance between the capitalist West and the communist East quickly unraveled, giving way to the Cold War, a decades-long ideological struggle that cast a long shadow over global politics. The rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union fueled proxy wars, nuclear arms races, and a constant undercurrent of tension that threatened to erupt into global conflict. The war's legacy is also evident in the rise of international institutions and the process of globalization. The Bretton Woods Agreement, signed in 1944, laid the foundation for a new global monetary order, establishing the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, institutions designed to promote economic cooperation and stability. Moreover, the war led to profound social and cultural shifts. The horrors of the Holocaust in particular forced a global reckoning with the evils of anti-Semitism and racism, contributing to the rise of human rights movements and the dismantling of discriminatory laws. The war also had a lasting impact on the role of women in society. With millions of men away fighting, women took on traditionally male roles in factories, shipyards, and offices, challenging gender norms and demonstrating their capabilities in previously unimaginable ways. The echoes of World War II can still be heard today, in the continued pursuit of international cooperation, in the fight for human rights, and in the ongoing struggle to prevent future conflicts. It serves as a stark reminder of the human capacity for both good and evil, and the enduring need for vigilance in safeguarding peace and freedom. Chapter 5. Turning Points: Key Battles That Shaped the War. World War II was a vast and complex conflict, a tapestry woven from countless battles, campaigns, and engagements. Some battles, however, stand out as pivotal turning points, moments where the tide of war shifted and the fate of nations hung in the balance. One such battle was the Battle of Stalingrad, a brutal, months-long struggle for control of the strategically important city on the Volga River. The German Sixth Army, under the command of General Friedrich Paulus, faced fierce resistance from the Soviet Red Army, determined to defend their motherland at all costs. The battle raged street by street, house by house, with unimaginable ferocity. The bitter cold of the Russian winter set in, adding to the suffering on both sides. Supplies dwindled, ammunition ran low, and still, the fighting continued. Finally, in February 1943, the remnants of the German Sixth Army surrendered, marking a turning point in the war on the Eastern Front. In the Pacific Theater, the Battle of Midway, fought in June 1942, proved to be a decisive naval clash that shifted the balance of power in the Pacific. The Japanese Navy, under the command of Admiral Isoroku Yamamoto, sought to capture the strategically important Midway Atoll, hoping to lure the American fleet into a decisive battle. However, the Americans, forewarned by codebreakers who had deciphered Japanese naval codes, were ready for the attack. Over the course of 4 days, American carrier-based aircraft crippled the Japanese fleet, sinking 4 aircraft carriers and inflicting heavy casualties. The Battle of Midway was a resounding victory for the United States Navy, effectively ending Japan's offensive operations in the Pacific and turning the tide of the war in favor of the Allies. On June 6, 1944, Allied forces launched Operation Overlord, the largest amphibious invasion in history, landing on the beaches of Normandy, France. D-Day, as it came to be known, marked the beginning of the long-awaited liberation of Western Europe from Nazi occupation. The invasion, years in the planning, involved troops from the United States, Great Britain, Canada, and other Allied nations. The fighting on the beaches was fierce, with heavy casualties on both sides. However, the Allies, supported by overwhelming air and naval power, eventually gained a foothold on the French coast, establishing a beachhead that would serve as the launching point for the Allied advance into Germany. The Second World War stands as a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the devastating consequences of unchecked aggression and intolerance. It is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, the horrors of human cruelty, and the enduring hope for a better future. As we reflect on this tumultuous period in human history, let us remember the sacrifices made, the lessons learned, and the importance of working towards a world where such conflicts are consigned to the history books. The stories of World War II, from the battlefields to the home fronts, deserve to be told and retold, ensuring that the sacrifices of those who lived through those dark days are never forgotten. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the annals of history. May we learn from the past and strive to create a future where peace and understanding prevail. Thanks for watching. If you found these facts about World War II fascinating, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more historical insights. See you next time.